fire. There's a fire. Prettiest one's out first.
Welcome back to Gossip Queens and Fantasy Things. I'm Addie.
I'm David.
And today we have a very special guest with us. You can come back to your seat, Ben.
Hi. I'm here by popular demand.
Yes, this is Ben Dawn. Sorry if you didn't want your last name shared. It's out there for
It's
the
out
world.
there now.
It's on
I don't think our last names are even out yet.
I've heard Addie say her maiden last name. But
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dean.
Dean is always out
Yeah.
there. Everyone knows that. But, Ben was our popular demand.
Yes.
We could not wait to get him here. So, Ben, do you want to introduce yourself a little?
Hi. My legal name's already out in the world. Hi, I'm Ben. Here by popular demand. And by popular, we mean 3. That's 3. And
Cody.
4. Ooh.
Yeah.
I got 4 people supporting me. One of them's myself. That's the most I've ever had.
Yeah. But you know what? We kept you a surprise, so I think the viewers are going to be delighted.
Hey,
Yeah.
I've been listening, and sometimes I'll hear something like, is that about me?
Yes.
Rewind. It's about me.
The last 5 minutes of the last episode were about
Yes.
you.
It's
yeah.
true.
Did I say anything else that was about you, did Taven that you're like, oh, wait?
Let's see,
I never
last...
said that I tattooed him before.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
so last episode, last 5 minutes were about me. Hi. I think y'all brought me up 2-3 episodes ago, because you're like, oh, we've had...
Ugh, I hate wine.
That's so good. It's so
This is the
sweet
sweetest
and
wine.
mellow, yeah.
Ooh, Ben brought wine for us. It is.
I did. I always come with gifts.
I love it. I love a good white wine.
Woo.
It's true. I am a white wine
Think
girl.
Cody and I, the last time we had white wine, we put Mio in it.
They're crazy.
It's like, this wine tastes too much like wine. Let me put Kool-Aid in it.
Yeah, that's literally what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
love
I mix
wine.
a drink, my mixed drink, I make the Addie special. It's just Popov vodka, and then I put Kool-Aid powder in it. Not Kool-Aid, just the powder. So I pour like a half cup of vodka and then just the Kool-Aid packet, because it gives you heartburn, so you don't taste the alcohol, you just taste the heartburn.
Oh, but that's
I can't believe you just gave away the secret to the Addie special.
how you make Jello shots. You just skip the Jello portion of it.
Yeah, but the Jello waters it down. You have to use water to make Jello.
Oh, that's true.
Can't use just all alcohol.
I've never had a Jello shot before.
Really?
Oh, they're
I feel
horrible.
like I've never gotten any sort of effect from a Jello shot. I've had them
Really?
several
Should we-
times. I feel like
Should we
they're-
delve into a story right away? Right
Yes.
here?
Yeah,
Yes.
go
Okay,
ahead.
so I've been to Vegas twice the past couple months already.
It's crazy.
I was in Vegas last week, as you both know.
Lusting after
Yes.
Zed.
I was at Zed.
You wish you were on Ben's close friend's story on Instagram.
This is crazy. This
Spiritual
thing.
experience.
It's crazy.
It was my friend's 30th birthday. You know who
Oh.
you are. You're old.
Oh my gosh,
So
okay.
we went for her 30th birthday to Vegas. So it was like, oh, let's celebrate your 30th birthday. Yeah. I really want to go because Zed was going to be there.
Obviously.
And for background, Zed, his debut album came out when we were 16.
Oh my god.
Was Clarity on that?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
And I don't know if you remember, but you have been in my car numerous times in high school.
Yeah.
And Clarity was my go-to
I remember
thing
you
to
crying to
blast.
Kesha in the car too.
Yes, I did.
You gotta cry to Kesha
You
in the
gotta
car.
cry to Kesha.
Otherwise, what are you
If
doing?
you're not crying and throwing acid, you're doing Kesha wrong.
It wasn't even a sad song. Ben's just crying.
I'm just like, your love is my drag.
I feel like when Adele would come out with new albums, you were
It was
obsessed.
great, yeah. I also blasted Hello when we were in the car in college.
Yes.
Went to Zed, first time I saw him live.
That is a spiritual experience.
Was a spiritual experience.
Yeah.
Absolutely loved it. So the thing is that it was at a day club in Vegas. Have you ever been to a day club in Vegas? They're disgusting.
You could see everyone.
You can see everyone. Everyone's smoking. Everyone's drinking. So there was beer bottles and cigarettes in the pool.
Oh, gross.
This club was aimed at the younger
Were
crowd.
people in the pool?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Everyone's always in the pool.
God.
This club was aimed at the younger crowd. I've been there before,
Mm.
and it's so everyone's not drinking beer. Everyone's having mixed drinks and cocktails. I'm like,
yeah.
oh, there's no beer bottles anywhere, and everyone our age group vapes, so there's no cigarettes anywhere. I'm like, this is the nicest pool party
Really?
I've ever been to.
Oh my gosh, that's so
So
true.
we went back to that club. I really liked that club. It was Tao, if y'all care.
Tao in Vegas.
Tao in Vegas.
Sponsor
Been
us.
treating me
Didn't you
good.
go to Taco Bell and it was a club too?
Yeah, the Taco
I
Bell
saw that.
Cantina in Vegas is
Yeah.
amazing. Oh
That was so crazy.
If y'all go into Vegas, go to the Taco Bell Cantina. It's 24 hours. And there's always a DJ there, like, just dropping beats the entire time. Yes! And
That's so wild.
and it's fully like, can I get a Crunchwrap Supreme? It's amazing.
You're like popping your booty.
And you're like, yeah,
Crunchwrap
Baja
Supreme,
Blast. It's
oh my
amazing.
god.
Zed. So we went to
Alright,
Zed.
alright.
And so we're at the dance floor. And by the way, you have to get there like 3 hours early before the actual person performs. Because the club opens at 11. They like close the doors at like 1. The actual performer comes out like 3 or 4, whatever it is.
Okay.
So I've been standing for like 3 hours before Zed comes out. And so we're on like the dance floor. And whenever like they would like do a song, they will obviously do a drop. Whenever they do a drop, either the fog machine will go off or they have like water cannons aimed at the crowd, and so they
that's
just shoot
so
water
bad.
into
Were
the
they
crowd.
aggressive water cannons?
Yes!
Oh,
And how do I
God.
know this? Because every single time they did a drop, the water cannons would hit me right in the face over and over every single song for 2 hours during Zed's set.
Oh my god.
Wherever we were in the crowd, it would hit me right in the face. So I have photos and videos of the concert, and I get grosser and grosser as the day goes on because I'm getting wetter and wetter. This is more
so
tired.
funny.
At the end, me and my friends, we like took a photo, and my 2 friends, and they're like petite girls. They're like 5'2" girls, so they're missing like all like the water getting shot at them and everything. I'm 6 foot, so all the water was like hitting me. My 2 friends perfectly dried me.
Oh my
I
god.
look like I stepped from like a
So-
black lagoon. I'm just like soaking wet and so disgusting.
Oh my god. That reminds me of in Lava Hot Springs.
I was just thinking that. No, you go ahead.
we went camping up in Lava Hot Springs. My parents love to go there all the time. But
This was like a month ago.
Yeah, it was for the 4th of July. And so we're tubing down the river, and all these people on the side that are like not tubing just have these like fucking squirt cannons and are just getting us like
And they're,
right in the face.
They're standing like
And
2 feet
yeah,
from you
so
and they
close.
blast
And
you
they're
in the
like
face.
gunning at you.
Yeah.
We only
Yes.
went down like 3 times.
Because
It's
we
like
were so sick of it.
yeah, it's like a 10-minute tube run. I honestly thought it was so rude.
It was so
It made it so
annoying.
unenjoyable. I was
And then
like,
there's
this
people like
sucks.
up like higher, but their water was cold.
And they had
They like had like
buckets.
hoses and stuff. They're spraying us with like freezing water. I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm over
And
it.
here's like having fun in water is fine until you get nailed in the face.
Yes!
That was what was
Well,
annoying.
and if you tried to like cover yourself, they'd be like, "She's trying to hide, get her!"
Yeah.
And they'd all like.
Or
converge
if you
on
like splash them back, like she's fighting back, and they would go harder on you.
Yeah.
It was
I thought it was
funny.
so rude. I was so mad.
If you live in Lava Hot Springs, or if you go to Lava
You're
Hot
a
Springs,
loser.
and you're doing that,
You suck.
big L.
Well, that also reminds me, because Halloween's coming up. Still like 9 degrees. I've grown to appreciate Halloween more as I've gotten older. I think Halloween's like one of those holidays that has like a bell curve that you have to
Yes,
enjoy.
yeah.
You really like
I
it when you're a
agree.
kid. When you're like a teenager, young adult, it kind of goes away because there's nothing
Yeah.
to do. And then when
Yeah.
you're an adult, you enjoy it again. So I've been learning to enjoy Halloween again.
I love Halloween every year.
Yes.
I've been wanting to like love Halloween more and more. And I enjoy it every single year a little bit more.
We have some friends that their parents own like the children's bounce park, Kangaroo Zoo.
Oh
And so-
my
okay,
god!
So the past few years, we've been able to use it at night for a Halloween party. So all the
So
blow ups are up,
fucking
and like the jungle gym, and we play Murder in the Dark. We do night games in Kangaroo Zoo, and it's so fun.
I haven't like
Still
played
need to
night
go to
games
that.
since like high school.
I
Oh
know.
my gosh.
same.
Someone brought up the game Sardines. Have
Okay,
not
but
played
well,
Sardines.
Sardines is so fun.
in years.
We played that at Kangaroo Zoo. That's what we always do on Halloween. So you and Cody are in charge of
need to
planning
do that.
the party
Okay.
this
This is
year.
on you
I'm
now.
so down. I'm so
So I'm
down.
going out of town for a couple weeks, so I
Oh,
was like,
yeah.
and I
That's
won't get
right.
home till October 30th. So I told Taven and Cody, I'm like, you guys need to plan a Halloween party together, and then it's just ready when I come home.
so I can just come and it'll be great.
Yeah.
So Sardines is like the opposite hide and seek, where one
Yeah.
person hides and everyone tries to find them.
Oh, okay.
And then when
You,
you
like,
find them, you hide
push
with
them.
them.
Yes.
So
I
it's like as the game goes on, there's less and less
It's
people
so
around.
fun.
I have played that. I just don't think I've ever heard it called Sardines before.
Oh, what did you
So,
call
I
it?
don't know. Maybe reverse hide and seek or
Reversey
something.
Heidi.
Well, and I remember,
Ew.
I remember. Did you play it with me and my friends in high school?
At your house?
No, like
Wait,
just like random parts and stuff.
I feel like I did.
I
I
think
feel
we
like you're
did.
gonna unlock a memory in a moment when
So,
you say it.
so how we did it also in high school, Pretty Little Liars was like a huge thing. And you know how in Pretty Little Liars they're being like tortured by like the murderer A. We would play Sardines, so one person would go hide, but then that one person would text us all in a group thread like clues and hints.
Oh,
It's actually
And it
so
was
fun.
so fun because we would like go to a park and let's just say like some person would like go hide like behind a tree. So I'd be like, oh, like I'm like hidden by like the basketball courts. Like you have to like go low to find me. Or like if
That's
someone like walked
so
by, they would
funny.
text, "Hey, I just saw so and so." You'd be like, "Oh, well, yeah, there's right there,"
so
and it was
crazy.
so fun. We did it for so
Oh my
long back in
God.
high school.
I love that.
That sounds really fun. Ben, I found a picture the other day of us at a Halloween party. Bless you. Oh. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay,
She
false alarm.
false alarm on that second one. But we went to a Halloween party at the complex, and do you remember
Remember
that? And it was
this.
the weirdest collection of people that were there.
For one thing, when that happened, you said, "Do you want to go to a Halloween party with me?" And I'm like, "Absolutely." And there were some other people there. I was like, "I know all of you."
Because they were like from high school, but none of us like were friends with each other. We weren't a group of friends, you
Yeah, I
know?
was like, I don't think we've all been in a room together at the same
It just
time.
I feel
And now
like
we're celebrating Halloween
I feel
together.
like whenever I have a party, it literally is always just like the weirdest people that are
That
hanging
was
out
like
together.
the 4th of July.
The
that
4th
we
of
all
July
went out
party.
Just randomly.
Yes,
Yeah.
the 4th of July was actually the last time I saw Ben, and it was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And
Long years
I
ago.
had a party at my parents' house, and Cody was there. It was when we were first dating. Ben and Taven were there.
That's so
Our other
cute.
childhood friend Minju and her
Minju.
friend,
And then
and
like
then Dylan. Well, sorry, I just named.
I
I won't say last name, but it was just like weird. It was a group of people that none of them knew each other, but we were all there, and we just like have these pictures together. I'm like, this was weird.
Were you there for the part of the night when Addie filmed me kissing
Oh,
someone?
absolutely. I was right behind her.
God damn it.
I was right behind her.
Ben
when it was
was
that. Of
there.
course I
I
was
didn't know if
there.
you had left already or not.
You were going to be a makeout going on, and I wouldn't be
I
there.
wouldn't know about it.
Addie posted the video on her private Instagram, and let me tell you, I don't know if you've ever seen yourself make out with someone, but you are not
I do
supposed
not
to.
want that
No,
brutal. Yeah.
no.
No.
That's not something you're ever supposed to see.
Watching
of
it back
yourself.
was horrific. I was like, oh god.
And,
It was-
and also,
rough.
fun fact, Taven is my tattoo artist. That's how we kind of reconnected
I know.
after COVID.
Yeah.
Well, at this point, like, you are my tattoo artist. Most of my tattoos
Did
are
you
from
guys
you.
know each
Yeah.
other before you started
Yeah.
tattooing?
Yeah.
Well, because the 4th of July party was way before that.
You,
Yeah.
Okay, but like,
But I don't think we ever like hung out. But
Okay,
we
but, like,
knew,
we
like,
definitely
of
we
each
knew
other.
each other in high school.
Yeah.
Before
okay,
we stopped going.
Yeah.
yeah.
So like we knew each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like we didn't like hang out in like high school and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
We knew.
But
each
then,
other.
yeah, as soon as I posted that I was like doing my apprenticeship and stuff, he was like, hey.
Oh,
I was like, hey. I was going through a quarter life crisis when
Yeah.
I started doing your tattoos, and
I
I was
think
like,
I remember
perfect.
that.
Yeah, I was
The
in.
first one was the Pokemon one,
Yeah,
right?
my little Pachirisu.
Yeah.
It's up there.
Is it up here?
If
Yes.
you're watching the
It's
YouTube
up here.
video, maybe you
This
can
is
see
my
that.
beautiful work.
Yes, like half of this arm is Taven actually.
Yeah, I did the fan, the sword, and then the
Yeah.
flower.
Yeah,
on
and the
other
flower,
side,
and
right?
you did the other.
Oh
Pokemon
yes,
one.
I forget
Oh,
about that
I
one.
wish
It's
I
so
have
good
some
though.
stories about this. But
Really?
Some stories about your thigh tattoo?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, share a story with us.
Oh.
Enchant us
I'm
with a
nervous.
tale.
Okay, so side tangent. So, I am what the Bible will refer to as a whore. Merriam-Webster.
Merriam-Webster defines whore.
And it's just a selfie of me. So, I won't go into too much details, but let's just say there is an app that's kind of meant for, I don't know, pumping and dumping.
Oh my god, I've never heard that phrase. That's
I
You've
never
never
heard
heard that?
either.
No.
Like,
but-
it's from Pitch Perfect, which is
I
my
get
favorite
the
movie, by
point.
the way.
Oh, I have
I
seen
love
Pitch
Pitch
Perfect.
Perfect.
I probably watched it with you.
You probably watched it with me. I had a repeat on my house in
Yeah.
high school.
Well, I was never allowed in the TV room because people were making out in there all the time.
Well, they switched the basement, remember?
I feel like I missed out on some crazy things.
Side tangent to side tangent, my house was right next to my high school, and everyone abused my home.
Yes, and so I would go there, and me and my friend would eat lunch. Ben would pop in sometimes because you would not make out with anyone. We were like the non-makeouters.
But also, it was my house.
Yes, but like the living room, both couches were full. Downstairs, I think your brother lived there for a while, so we couldn't go down. And then when he moved, people would just go down there
They
and
just
make
moved my
out.
rent to the
That's so
basement, yeah.
So
It was disgusting.
you also always had persimmons on your table.
It's true, yeah. If you haven't noticed, I am Asian.
Well, if you're listening, then you definitely haven't
Yes,
noticed.
that's audio. I am Asian. So, back to the side story. On this app, no one shows their faces. They just show
Oh,
their
Crazy.
nether regions. So you know what you're working with and you know who's looking for what. So,
Interesting.
on this app, it's literally just this square of me. I'm gesturing to,
Oh my god, and it's just the tattoo.
a lot of the times, guys will see the tattoo
Oh
and
my
they'll
God.
message me about it, be like, oh my god, I love that Pokemon. Oh my god, so it has started many
Many a
conversations,
hookup.
and it has
Wow,
finished
so
a
glad I
lot of
could.
many
So glad I could help you out there.
Hey, Tatum's gotten me laid a few times.
So if you are looking to get laid, let Taven give you a tattoo in a
Yeah.
special spot and put it on all your dating apps.
Yeah. If you want to get laid, have Tatum tattoo you.
She's got ya.
We're having some trouble out there in the hot girl summer world right now. My books are open.
And we get closer to Feral Girl Fall.
Yes.
It's never a wrong time.
I'm so
But-
excited.
So when I started getting tattoos with Taven, I was going through a huge quarter life crisis.
Yeah. What was going
What was the
on?
crisis?
Yeah.
It was like right when like COVID was like ending, so it's like okay, we're finished being secluded. At that point, I haven't like talked to anyone.
Yeah.
COVID's like when we kind of like stopped talking because I think
Yeah,
everyone
everyone
just like cut
stopped talking.
off for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I did my master's during COVID, so I was like, hey, for 2 years, I'm just doing school. I've been inside, like secluded in my home. Didn't talk to anyone for like 2 years. Finished my master's. After I got my master's, I got like my dream job. So I was like, okay, well,
Now
at that
what?
point, I was like, I'm 24.
Yeah.
I have a master's. Didn't think I would ever get a master's. I have my dream job.
That's crazy.
Mhm.
What do I do now? I still have that mentality,
Hey,
to be honest.
Yes, I was
That's
just
how I feel
talking
every
to
day.
someone. Yeah, I was just talking to someone about this the other day because they're like, "What are your goals? Like, what are your?" I'm like, I accomplished them,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I don't know what to do now. Like, sometimes it's a little depressing. I'm like, I don't know what to work for now. Like, obviously, you can keep trying to like get better at the job that you're doing, but I'm like, there's no big things that I'm like reaching for anymore.
I feel
Yeah,
like
it's
I have
weird.
a lot of things I'm always reaching for.
I don't.
I'm a big goal setter and planner, though.
Well, yeah, I mean, we have like our little like New Year's resolutions out there, and that has helped me a lot.
That's
actually,
what I'm reaching
but,
for. That's
yeah.
what I'm going for.
I've never been like a short-term goal person. Always been like whatever I'm doing is like going towards like this long goal
Oh,
term.
see, I'm
Yeah.
like so short.
And then when I hit that, I was like, oh,
I set goals every
What?
week.
Oh.
Like every single week, I set goals for
It
myself.
does
Oh, I
help.
know.
We did like little New Year's resolutions this year, and I did like read a book a month, make one new recipe a month, and I feel like that's really helped me have like a little something to work.
They're
towards.
actually in the hallway. I'll have to show them to you.
Yeah.
But Cody and I were talking about it this week because he's kind of struggling with finding like purpose in life and stuff, as most people are.
as one does.
As we all
As
are.
one does, and especially after we kind of talked about like leaving religion and stuff, and religion gives you a lot of purpose, and then when you leave, you're like, why am I here? I feel very at peace with it. I feel very much, I'm just here as part of nature. I'm like basically an ant, one of the ants roaming around, so I'm just gonna do whatever I want to do. I feel like I'm just here to live and I'm here to pass, and that's really all there is for me. So I feel like I have to make a purpose for myself in like tasks and goals and things that are going to be fulfilling to me. So that's why I do like goal setting every week.
Yeah.
Love that for you, not me.
What's your purpose here, Ben?
I'm at the point where I'm just floating through the universe. Whatever it is, whatever
Yeah.
I take.
I think that's a big a theme of Feral Girl Fall too, is we're all just doing whatever the fuck and just going with the flow and
It's true. It's so
seeing where
true.
it takes us.
I have to say though, Ben, I want to back up to you getting your master's. That was amazing, and I was always so
Yeah.
proud of you when I see that. I'm like,
That's
who would have
awesome.
thought? Ben Dawn.
Who would have thought?
I
that-
wouldn't have thought.
Who would have thought that I would be one of the most intelligent people I do it now?
Yeah,
Who would have known?
intelligent and successful. I think about that. So
That's so funny.
I just have to say, Ben was really mean to me growing up, so I don't feel bad being mean to you right now.
I was. I own it.
I
claim
own
it.
it. Daddy.
He was so mean to me.
Oh, don't act like this was one-sided.
Okay.
It was shared.
It was sure, but I would have been nice to you if you had been nice to me, buddy. Okay.
Okay, if we were gonna do a backup to the
Yeah,
backup
let's
to the backup.
do a backup.
Okay, so back up to Zed.
Right now.
If y'all haven't,
We finished Zed. You finished that story.
well, yeah, going back to before Zed.
Okay.
So
Are we just talking about how we met?
yes.
Okay.
Okay, I'm like, I'm so
And also, if you
lost
remember
right
from the
now.
Zed story from 4 hours ago, you would probably get the hint that me and Addie hung out all the time in high school. So we're
Yes.
friends.
Yes.
We're friends.
We are. But
Get it
it
straight.
took a while to get there. Well, actually, it only took like 6 months.
It took 6 months.
Okay, so we have the same last name. Well, similar. Dean and Dawn.
Similar.
So
Yep.
junior high, 7th grade, we had 5 of our 7 classes together the first year.
God.
Like, we had a lot of classes together. And we sat next to each other in every single class because they'd either do alphabetical seating or backwards alphabetical seating. Either way,
We were always right next to
we're always right next to each other.
Also, it wasn't just my last name. Your first name starts with A. My first name
B.
starts with B.
So-
Our last name starts with D.
Yes.
True.
And we're both geniuses. So we were in
In the
this,
same
all the
class,
same
honors
honors and
program.
AP classes.
Yeah.
So we were next to each other every single class.
Yes.
But to back up to the backup, that's not where we met. We met at summer gym. Remember?
Did we? I
Yes.
do not remember.
Yes, I remember that because I specifically remember I have a vivid core memory of me seeing you for the first time.
That is so crazy.
Because I thought that girl is tall and ginger.
I am tall
I
and
mean,
ginger.
that's
So
true.
Because and same thing, we had the same last name, so we were seated next to each other. I think we were like playing frisbee or something like that.
Probably.
And so I have one vivid memory of like looking to the person next to me, which was you. I just remember I have a vivid memory of you in like our gross junior high gym clothes. So
Yeah.
it was like very modest black shorts.
Oh my
We didn't get assigned shorts, but that's probably what.
But that's what we
anyways.
were anyways. And wearing our gross gray
Yeah.
t-shirts
I feel like I
with
always
the
wore
horse
white
on it.
t-shirts that were
They
like
were
so disgusting.
gross. They were so gross. So my very first vivid memory of Addie is me turning over. 14-year-old Addie has a frisbee, chucks it right at me. I have no memory if I caught it or if it hit me. That's my one vivid memory of
Just
Addie.
That is
Frisbee.
so crazy. I do not remember
You
you,
don't remember
in summer gym at all.
We had summer gym together. I'm pretty sure we were around each other a lot because, again, last
Oh,
names. But that's my one vivid memory of Addie.
Interesting.
And I know this because when we started school, we had all the classes next to each
Yeah.
other. I have no idea how we missed each other the entire
My
first 2 years of junior high.
We became friends in like 7th grade, didn't we?
No, ninth
ninth
grade.
You're
It
right,
was
because it was
ninth
Miss
grade.
Anderson. My
Yes.
vivid memory of Ben is Miss Anderson's AP Human Geography class, and we were sat next to
Which,
each
by
other.
the way, I have a master's to this day, the hardest class I've ever taken. Still.
It was so hard. It was
Yeah,
really
we were like
tough.
14.
I think I knew you. Yeah, I feel like I have memories of you throughout junior high, but you're right. We became friends in 9th grade. And then I remember, because the first half of 9th grade, we hated each other. We were so
did.
mean to each
we
other.
hated each other
I was
so
like, God,
much.
can I not sit by this bitch?
We
Oh
were
my
stuck with each
God.
other all day. Well, because I really remember, because when we started 9th grade, I was like, oh, there's that girl from summer gym. She seems cool. Hated her completely.
Was not.
For the
Why did
first-
you hate me? Because
I
I
don't
hated you
remember.
because you were mean to me.
Probably the same thing. I probably just thought you were annoying. That's why I was mean to you.
I was annoying. I still am annoying.
Because I remember, I was like,
Damn.
oh, it's that girl from summer gym. Oh, cool. I remember hanging out with her.
Okay.
And then we were stuck with each other for 6 hours a day.
Yes.
Every single day. And we hated each
I
other.
remember though, the second half of 9th grade, we had a math class together, and that was like gossip hour. We didn't do
We didn't do
anything.
anything. Still
I
aced
loved
it,
it.
though.
And
Jesus.
Ben, I feel like we were kind of the gossip queens to our podcast name of Mill Creek Junior High. I feel like we knew everything going on, and I'd have friends that would be like, wait, I heard about this. What happened with that situation? I'm like, let me consult Ben.
Well-
and then in math, I'd be like,
What
what did you hear?
Come back after math class,
Come back
after
after
fifth
math.
period.
Come back after geometry and I'll let you know.
But I remember,
That's so
oh my
crazy.
gosh, geometry.
Yes.
I remember that class
Yeah.
now. But I vividly remember the first semester of 9th grade was when we had like 6 classes together.
Yeah.
We hate each other. Our schedules changed next semester. We only had like 2 or 3, and I was like, I kind of miss Addie.
I kind of miss that guy.
And so that's when we had math, and we would gossip like, oh my god, Addie! We're
Yes.
taking so long. We only spent 3 hours together now instead of 5.
So sad, such a bummer.
Good
And then in
times.
high school, yeah, you lived so close to the school, so I'd like go to your house for lunch, and we had all our classes together again.
Yeah.
And then senior year, we had a lot of like study hall classes together. We'd sit in the
We didn't
library
do
and we would just
anything.
no, we didn't do anything. We would just play cards. We played Go Fish like a million
in
times.
study hall.
We played California Speed.
I taught you speed.
You did. You
I
taught me
taught you speed.
And we played that nonstop. We played that so much. That class is actually where I met Taven's ex-boyfriend and became his best friend. So ain't that
God.
crazy?
I think I taught people how to play blackjack too, and I got in trouble for teaching people how to gamble.
That sounds
That's
right.
crazy.
That sounds
That's
right.
not right. But I was like, it's
Yeah.
a card game. We're not gambling.
Yeah.
And then we went to college together, and we'd ride the bus to the U together. I remember the days that you wouldn't ride. Like we'd go to the bus stop because I would get picked up first by the city bus, and then he lived like 4 blocks away.
Yeah.
And I'd like be looking out the window at the bus stop. I'm like, please let Ben be getting on the bus today.
And you're like, there
Bus,
he is,
bus.
looking real
There
sad.
he is, and then I'd be like, you know, like waving my hand on the bus, like Ben, come sit by me. And then days you weren't there, I was like, God, This is gonna be such a
You're
boring
like,
bus
oh,
ride.
This 45-minute bus ride. But I remember when we went from like high school to like college, I was like, oh, that's great. All the people I didn't like in high school, we never have to see them ever again. It's gonna be like brand new,
We went to
new
college
friends,
with them.
fresh start. Our bus to college every single day would be filled with people from high school.
Yes.
And I'm like, I thought we were done with each other.
Although I actually loved it. I feel like
But-
I talked to some new people. There were some people from high school that I was like, we obviously know each other, and I try and like catch their eye and smile, and it was like, you know, avoidance. They're like, I'm not gonna look at you.
And
That probably would have been me.
did I tell you that one time I saw our friend who actually didn't like me in college? Do you remember that?
A what friend? Okay, you can't say it, but tell me the story. Maybe it'll jog my
So
memory.
it was like first year of college. So we were still talking. We were still hanging out. We were
Yeah.
still friends. We had a mutual friend. They were never friends with me. But let's just say we shared similarities. If you can picture who it was.
Okay.
So
Like, but were they a different gender?
yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. So me and this person, we would have all the same mutual friends. So all throughout junior high, all throughout high school, we would always be around each other, but we never liked each other. And we just did never get along. Whenever we'd be alone, we would never talk to each other. But we had the same mutual friends who were always like around each other. I got to the point where like, I think it was like junior year or senior year of high school. I was like, hey, are we friends? And they went, And I was like, honestly, I feel the same.
I literally don't know who this is. Whisper it in my ear. Oh shit! Oh my god! Yeah, okay. I always thought we were friends too. And then I felt like we were not when I got older. I was like, oh, maybe
So-
I made that up in my head.
And so we had this very understanding as
No
teenagers,
idea
being
what's
like,
going
we're
on.
not really friends, but we have like the same friends, we're gonna be around each other kind
Yeah.
of thing. So we're like civil with each other. College happened, haven't seen this person for a whole year.
Mm-hmm.
They were sitting at the bus stop, and I was like, oh, I haven't seen that person in like a year. We're not exactly friends, but we know each other
Yeah.
from high school. Let me go say hi. So I'm gonna reenact this a little bit. Okay. So
Okay, remember it's our audio
hi.
recording?
Okay, so like hold your phone, just look down at it,
Okay.
and whatever I do, don't look up.
Okay.
So this is that person at the bus stop,
I'm looking at my phone, everyone, so you can hear.
and I just like walk up,
I'm still looking
and
at my
I'm
phone.
waiting for that person to acknowledge me and to look up, but they just ignore me the entire time.
You're
Because
just standing there?
I'm just standing there
Well,
at this bus stop
you-
for like 5 to 10 minutes because they were like on their phone texting and everything, and so I was like, oh, they're busy on their phone, but I'm gonna go say hi. I'll wait until
Yeah.
they finish their conversation. I walk up, ignores me for
Well,
5
let me
minutes
ask
while
you a
I'm just
question.
standing there.
Were they wearing a pirate hat? Because that was hard to see you. Just
They were in style, but they were not wearing a pirate
okay,
hat.
so then they knew you were
They
there.
knew I was there.
Rude.
So they're just on their phone for 5 minutes, completely ignoring me, and I'm just standing right in front of them.
That's
And
so
I'm like, I'm waiting for you to
awkward.
finish on your phone so I can say hi. And then after 5 minutes, it's very obvious I'm not moving because I'm just
Yeah,
like waiting for them
They
to
finally
finish.
look up.
They finally look up. I was like, hi. And he went, oh, hey. And I was like, okay.
Okay,
And then I just
bye.
walked away.
That's so weird.
And then I saw them again, like 2 years later. They came to my work, the escape room.
Yes. Oh, we also worked together in college. I got Ben a job, and then he like ended up.
Yep.
I quit, and he ended up like managing.
Yep,
that
I ended up
place.
managing an escape room.
We spent so much time together. That's so
Yeah,
crazy.
we spent so much time together in college. Saw them again at my work, and then they acted like we were super best friends. And I was
Yeah.
like,
You're like, what?
like, I thought we understood we didn't like each other.
Oh,
I
because
didn't
well,
understand.
if you're in front of other people, you have to pretend you're best friends.
That's true. I guess you're so
Actually,
right.
the guy that made out with Taven in my parents' basement that I recorded, I reconnected with him after high school at the escape room that we worked at because he came in with his family.
Oh my god.
I wasn't even friends with him in high school, actually. We were never friends, but he came in and I was like, oh, you know, I know you, so we talked to each other, and then he was like, do you want to come to a game night at my house? I was like, yeah, sure. And then we became best friends for like 3 years. We were
You
super,
guys
super
close.
close. Like, we hung out all the time.
You spent like New Year's with him 1 year.
Yeah, no, like we did.
Yeah.
I saw him probably like 3 to 4 times a week for
That's
a couple of
crazy.
years. Like, we were really close.
You were like painting a portrait of him in your basement.
I did, yeah. I
forever.
painted him a portrait,
Yeah.
and he still has it, I think. I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
I mean, it was not the
It was
only thing
good.
you did in your basement.
Oh, Taven's like, I painted a couple of people portraits, so if you ever want a portrait, maybe I'll paint one if you don't suck.
You started painting one of me and you never finished it.
Because you know what happened?
That's true. Well, no, I'm just kidding. The one of
I started
Taven,
singing.
I was a little too ambitious for my skill level at the time. That's what happened with Taven's. Remember, I had started painting a portrait of another friend at the same time. And then I finished the other one, but we kind of had like an on again, off again thing, and it ended up poorly. It ended poorly. But then I had this portrait of him always in my basement.
I remember that.
And I remember I took a sword to it. Well, and then it bent my sword because it was a plastic sword. We were just like, we should get rid of this.
Yeah.
Right? Were you there when I got rid of it?
I feel like I remember that vaguely.
Maybe Cody. I think the three of us were there because
Yeah.
Cody was there. Because Cody's like, "Where's this guy?" Always just like watching us.
Let's
in the
get him
basement.
out of here.
And I was like, "You're right."
Who's this portrait of this guy here while we make out?
Yeah.
Just watching you.
And I was like, you know what? I'll take my sword to it. And then I tried, and it actually bent the sword. But then I was like, well, I guess I'll just throw it away. So I like broke down the canvas and threw it away.
That's
Anyways,
crazy.
I ate that just the way. So don't cross me, or I will take a sword
Paint
to
you
the.
and then
I
stab
will
you.
paint you and stab you. I'm like Taylor Swift, but the songs are paintings, and there'll be a bad one too.
Like, it's not voodoo, but it's real close.
Yeah, we're getting there.
We're getting there.
That's
Stay
pretty
tuned.
Close. I want to make a voodoo doll so
It'll
bad.
start being voodoo when I cut people's hair off and like paint it into my painting, and it's like, yeah, imbued with their
Someone to
essence.
volunteer to like let me make a voodoo doll of them.
Make one of me, and I'll make one of you.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Ooh, Feral Girl Fall. We should have a little voodoo doll night, a little crafternoon.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
you make your voodoo doll of
Yes.
yourself?
No, and then we all trade them with everyone there.
That would be
Exchange
crazy.
dolls.
But you don't choose who you get.
Yes.
So you all bring a box
You
of
can-
these
it's just like a
and you get
random
voodoo for someone with
exchange.
someone that you that's
Okay,
just there.
we're gonna put it on the close friend story. If you don't follow us on Instagram, follow us and ask to be on our close friend story. We'll put you on and we'll put together this crafternoon.
activities out there.
Yeah, we actually did do some of our other craft stuff we talked about last time. Did we talk about doing? I'm trying to think what we talked about last week.
We talked about doing like little.
I don't know. We watched Les
like
Mis together. Oh, we did talk about that. We did watch Les Mis together. You can just drink out of
Turn
my
down
cup.
the glass. She's not gonna drink it.
Yeah, I'm not a wine.
Yeah, I was gonna say
gal.
I'll drink the rest of that actually.
I was gonna bring in my margarita mix because I was like, I know I like that, but then I was like, I
This
don't want to.
one's so good.
I was like, I don't want to offend
So
Ben. I haven't
sweet.
seen him in 5 years.
Cheers.
And then I was like, this wine sucks. I want my
It
margarita.
doesn't suck.
Well, okay, I'm not
It's
a wine
so
girl.
good.
I'm not a wine gal. Okay.
It's like even sweeter than most of like what I'm used to.
I know, but a margarita is even sweeter than that. My strawberry margarita I have sitting out there.
A mango margarita.
Well, because I was gonna say if you don't like the taste of alcohol, a lot of people like to mix it with soda, but I know you don't like soda.
Yeah, the soda.
Yeah.
You still know that? Wow.
Of course I do.
Oh my gosh, we are friends.
There was one time in high school I asked Addie to prom and I sent her to a soda shop and she was like, thanks, but I don't like soda.
Should I try it?
I don't even remember that.
You don't remember that?
No, I don't remember that. But
I'm gonna try it.
yeah, I'm not a soda gal. I still don't like soda. I've been getting really sick when I drink. I don't drink a lot, but when we go out and drink, I'll get super sick. And I've been like, why am I getting so sick? I'll have like 2 drinks and I'm up all night feeling so sick.
That just tastes like Sprite now.
It's just Sprite.
Literally just tastes
then
like Sprite.
I could do that. I could do
I
that.
can't even taste the wine at all.
But the other day I realized because I got this margarita mix and I drank Taven and I drank a lot of it. And that's and then I didn't get sick at all and I was like, I think it's the freaking carbonation that I've been drinking for years.
Carbonation,
That's what
yeah.
making me sick.
Yeah, wine doesn't make you sick. Unless it does, and it's gonna be real bad, and then you know.
Oh, that is delightful.
Right?
Oh.
Okay.
Plot twist.
And it's not like super bubbly because the wine like.
Turns
brings
out
it
Addie
down
likes
a little
soda and
bit.
wine after all.
Oh my
What
goodness.
else has she lied about? Stay tuned.
I've discovered so much about myself today. This is amazing. But anyways, oh sorry.
Wow.
No,
Are we finishing up something? Cause
I was just
wanna-
gonna wrap up our
Okay.
friendship story.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we've been talking about mine and Addie's past.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I've been silent for way too long.
Were you silent
Silent?
or were you
silenced?
Both.
But no, then we lost touch for 5 years. I don't know why.
5 years.
I mean, I guess it had to be COVID because there was literally no reason
Nope,
for us to not talk.
I remember.
Was there a reason we stopped talking?
Well, COVID happened. You deleted all of your social media.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I
yes.
remember that. And you know how I remember this?
How?
Because I remember you got your social media back, and the first thing I saw was your wedding that I wasn't invited to.
To be fair,
And I was like, to be fair, it's
Barely
COVID.
anyone was
Yeah.
invited.
I was like,
to
there's
that.
barely anyone. It's fine. It's COVID. Take
Yeah.
precautions. There's a lot of people from high school in these photos. Oh, shit.
it was just my
Oh,
friend.
it was just me, Jade.
I was down the road.
Quit name dropping.
I was down the road. Okay.
I know our wedding was small, the only friends we had were our bridesmaids and groomsmen.
Which is fair. Which is fair.
Yeah, I forget a lot that I deleted on my social media because, okay, let me share a story now. I dated some weird guy who wanted me to be an influencer. He wanted to be an influencer, and he was like wanting me to be an influencer.
Did I know this guy? Was it from college or was it after college?
It was from college, so you probably know him. He was like, I'll just tell you after. Okay, wait, whisper it. Oh, that's no offense. Was it that creepy guy?
I heard that.
I think I have.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what, you probably do. Because he was my longest relationship outside of Cody, and yeah, he really wanted to be an influencer. He wanted me to, and so he like was so obsessed with posting on social media, and he made me take pictures of him wherever he went, and he'd always take pictures of me, and then he'd be like, you're really not utilizing your social media out here. You're not monetizing it, and you're stupid. And I'm like, okay, I guess I need to be on social media. But then it just like overwhelmed my life, and all I could think about when we went out, and not just like with him, when I went out with anyone, was like, when am I gonna get a good picture? When am I gonna get this? And so
people.
I just like, it was literally all I could think about, and I would be so stressed until I had a picture that I was happy with. And so I was like, this is taking over my life, and I have 400 Instagram followers, so I think I need to cool it out here. So I just deleted all my accounts, and I didn't delete the app, I deleted the accounts. And so there's still people today, like one of my best friends that Taven name dropped, maybe. Did you say Jaden's name?
Yeah,
I'm saying Jaden's name.
Full government name, please, and last 4 digits of social.
Oh my god. But so this was like a year ago, I realized, because we would send each other like memes back and forth all the time, and I tried to like view his profile to see like his travel pictures or something, and because he had gone on a trip, and I was like, oh
Were you like
shit.
not following him or something?
I did not follow him, and I'm like, I've literally been messaging him back and forth for years, and I like didn't follow him because I only have like my art account now, and now I have like 4 separate accounts because I have a podcast one, I have my Finstagram,
and then we have our like me, Addie, and Cody.
We have
a little private Instagram.
I don't know which one I follow.
I think you follow my art one.
Oh, the art one.
I have to invite you to follow my Finsta.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll send you the invite.
The privilege. The privilege.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I looked through it again the other day, and I was like, oh my god.
I feel like every now and then I'll just be like, it's time to throw something up there for the fans.
Well,
For my 8
4
friends.
people that
Hey, I have
follow.
8 friends on there.
Whoa.
So
because I'm like the same thing where it's like I'm on every social media, I'm on it at all times, but I never like post anything. Because like in college, I would have a whole bunch of friends who's like social media was their life. They would spend hours a day like trying to be like the perfect photo, the perfect lighting is gonna be postable, and I would always be the photographer because I didn't care about that. And it's like, I don't want to be here. These look all the same.
Yeah.
So I'm always on social media. I never post anything. I post on my social media once a year to be like, I'm alive.
Or to say Zed is hot. Or
Zed is hot,
I made
yeah.
my first apple
actually,
tea.
you
Yeah.
post on your close friend story all the time.
Well, yeah. So
I
I
love
don't
that.
make like official postings. I post on stories all the time.
I love the story.
And if you're on like the public story is like at a concert, and the close friends the exact same photos being like going to the bathroom, just it's like the exact same. It's like the same photo, but one is like, this is what I'm telling my like coworkers.
This is what my
This is
friends
what I'm
here.
telling my friends.
These are my friends here. You
Oh
were
my
so
God.
crazy. It was so crazy.
That was so funny. That little pause. Okay, well that moves me to what I want to get into. If we have wrapped up.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
we
we wrapped up our
finished.
past
Yeah.
from 2012 to now.
I
Yeah.
wanna see the PowerPoint.
Ben has prepared a little presentation today. You know, he is a fan of Hot Girl Summer, a
Yes.
participant as well.
Literally,
Perhaps the king of Hot Girl
A
Summer.
connoisseur, some would say.
On our last video, Ben commented on our YouTube, was like, we lost a bad bitch today.
Because Taven's Hot Girl Summer is done.
Yes.
But, do you want to tell him what you called this spreadsheet?
Okay, so I have 2 names for it. So, like any good person.
I'm gonna die. I'm looking at the name right now. That's incredible.
Well, no, that's a PowerPoint.
Oh, okay.
So I have an Excel sheet of all of my encounters. It is for my slut doctor. Not a doctor that's a slut, a doctor for sluts. We
Wait.
don't slut shame doctors
You
here.
go to a slut doctor?
Yes.
What does that mean?
Make sure you're healthy.
I get for checkups and
Oh,
yes,
okay.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
thinking like a
Yeah.
therapist or something, or like
No,
sex
we
addiction.
still need.
I don't know.
Wait, that's to be determined.
Okay, I
That
like,
therapy
we're
will
like
get
really
there later.
getting in this right now.
No, so I have a set doctor for every 3 months to get tested.
smart.
My fellow whores, we care about you, about your health, holistically, physically, and mentally. Some of y'all are mentally ill. So I have an Excel sheet, and I've actually used it quite a few times for my doctor, because they're
Oh
like,
my god.
can I tell y'all my very first time going to my slut doctor?
Yes.
So,
I'm scared. I'm a little nervous.
This was the beginning of like my big hoe phase, which started 2-3 years ago.
Okay.
Started going to the doctor because I'm starting to be like really sexually active. So I go in for my 3-month checkup, and I love this doctor. I've seen 3 different doctors. They've all quit on me.
Like they told you couldn't come to them anymore?
No, they've all quit for different reasons.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I was like, that's crazy.
That's insane.
That's so professional.
My first doctor, I loved her. She ended up just getting promoted because she was like a student, so I'm like, good for her. My second doctor started her own LGBTQIA health clinic.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, that's amazing.
Awesome.
And now my third doctor is actually a gay man. So I'm like, oh, a gay doctor.
Hell yeah.
I'm in the 1%.
What a treat.
What a treat.
That's
What a privilege.
awesome.
But it's when I started to be like really sexually active. And so she was like, oh, okay, like good to see you again. Like, how many sexual partners have you had the past 3 months? And I was like,
Let
let me think about it. And I was like, oh, like over
Spreadsheet.
20. And she goes, oh, over 20 the past 3 months. And I was like, no, that was last weekend. And she went,
In one weekend?
okay. She took a moment. She went, she gathered herself. And continued like normal. That is professionalism.
That's
professionalism.
so
If I could
crazy.
Yelp review my doctor's 5
Oh my god.
stars.
Oh my God.
Horrified,
That was just
but she
last
could
weekend.
continue.
That is so crazy.
So that was my first doctor appointment.
That's so
I'm
crazy.
shaken.
Loved her so much. Ever since then, I have an Excel sheet. I have 2 names for it. I actually call it my Sexcel sheet,
That's hilarious.
but on like my drafts, it's just saved as my to-do list.
Oh my god.
So if someone somehow accesses my private Google Drive, it
Then
just says
they'll know.
to-do list.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of clever too. So
It makes sense.
And since I started gathering, I'm also like this designated like slut friend of like all my friend groups. Because all my
Oh,
other
the
friends are either
reputation.
married or they have kids, so they're not
Yeah.
exactly hoeing around or having a hot girl summer
Yeah.
or a brat summer or fair girl fall or as whichever season you blossom in.
Yes.
Brat summer?
Yeah, have you seen that online?
Yeah.
Cody asked me about that the other day. He's like, "That's brat summer."
What's brat
I
summer?
love it.
I'm like, it's being a brat, I guess. I don't know.
So whenever I see most of my friends, they're all married or they have kids, so I'm the designated garbage friend, so they want to hear all my stories. So I started documenting them. So I have an Excel sheet of all my hookups, and at the end of every year, I make a PowerPoint to show my friends, and we go out to dinner, and I show it.
I need to
them.
be invited to that.
Yeah,
meeting.
what the hell?
Hey,
That's so
2024.
I'm
That's
ready.
so
I'm ready to
fun.
hear it.
It is on my phone, so they're going to see it. They have full unlimited access.
Yeah,
so
but
you
you
get
do
to
the
hear about it.
highlights. Yeah, that people want to
We're gonna do
hear.
the highlights. Okay, Add if you want to tap through
Okay,
it.
maybe if we see a highlight.
Whoa.
Is this so far for the year?
That's the total last year.
Okay.
So far
okay.
this year, I'm
Oh, it's
ahead of
higher,
it.
'cause you
I'm
sent me
already-
You're
that.
higher than the,
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, do you want to share your
Does
total?
it just start January 1st?
January 1st to December
Okay.
31st.
Total
Yep.
sexual encounters from 2023 for Ben.
Do you want to share it?
It's up to y'all. I'm totally fine with it.
Okay.
Guess.
171.
That is so crazy.
Oh, okay. 23% increase.
2022, 130. 2023, 171. He has the increase rate. That is
The
insane.
chart. Oh
Data.
my god.
Math.
It
This
matters.
is crazy.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
A
month by month. Really up there in December.
July. Okay.
July and December.
July is kind of like a sexy month. You got the
0
4th of
in
July.
August and November and March.
Oh,
Don't know
interesting.
what
March is your birthday month.
I
You're not
know.
getting
What
it
the
in your
hell?
birthday.
Apparently not.
Okay,
I
that's
would,
just
yeah, I would
sad.
think September would be my highest month.
Yeah. All right. That was interesting. What?
Ooh, okay.
I think that's a
That's a secret, maybe.
mostly top. It's a pie
Interesting
chart.
to know about
This is
you.
a secret. Ben's a top.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have guessed that. So interesting.
That's
to
a
know.
secret one.
Oh, that's good. That's good
Very good
percentages.
track record.
Oh my gosh, guys, we're gonna have
jealous
to.
of
I
that.
feel like we're literally just gonna have to post this PowerPoint for everyone to see.
On the close Instagram.
I do like this racial breakdown of your partners.
Mix. Okay.
73.7% is a mixed racially. Okay.
Ooh, a little Islander. Nice. Okay.
16% white people. Alright. That's cool. Age breakdown.
Data, got it.
What is this?
What is
mixed?
mixed?
What does mixed age mean?
Mixed just means like I don't have confirmation.
Oh,
You're from a
okay.
different
Oh.
age group. Yeah.
Okay,
Whoa.
so mostly
5 in their
20s.
50s.
Whoa.
I went through a daddy phase.
Okay.
Kind of last year and a little bit this year.
Love that. Love that.
Location. That's a secret, so you don't know where Ben. What the hell is that?
So
My place, his place.
so that the biggest 50%, it's a park.
What?
Mm-hmm.
In Salt Lake?
Yep, there is a park in Salt Lake.
Does
If
this
you know,
exist
you know.
in Utah?
No, that's outside of
House?
Utah.
Okay, I was
Mhm.
like, what?
Yeah, so the major is there is this park in Salt Lake that guys like to go hook up in.
Oh my god.
And it's pretty fun. It's like find your own adventure. You're walking through the woods. You don't know what you're gonna find.
Oh my gosh, so it's like random people. You haven't like
Yep.
done a predetermined.
Nope.
They
Might
have
get
that
murdered.
in
Might get
Riverdale.
murdered.
Riverdale.
Yes.
That's what I was
Yeah, so
thinking when
I think-
Kevin goes and does
Yeah,
that.
he goes to
Yeah.
Fox Forest. Or
Yeah, just
something.
replace that with me.
Oh my
gosh.
gosh. Okay, wait.
How did it happen?
Online.
Cruising is the majority.
Yeah.
But that
Yeah.
matches with your percentage
Yeah,
for
because
where.
cruising's gonna be in the woods. Yep.
Okay.
We're not sharing that one for your sake.
I
For
love how it's just one.
one and one. Frequent
We
visitors.
can't name
we can't
these
share
No,
that.
These
no
are all
names.
But I want
names.
you guys to know what is on this
You
PowerPoint.
cannot say their names.
I will
Wait,
not.
wait, wait, wait,
But
wait.
we-
I feel like I heard this story
I
at
think I
our
told you
last
about this
tattoo
one.
Okay.
appointment.
Mhm.
This is Ben's dishonorable mentions, and I'm going to read the quotes he has. He has pictures of these people and quotes with them. The first one, I snuck you into my house while my pregnant wife was at work.
God.
Did you know that?
Not until I got there.
Until
It
he
was
told you.
Until yeah.
That's sad.
That's
Yeah.
so crazy.
I'm asking my husband if you can be our third.
Ooh.
Without my permission, and I was like,
Oh,
Oh,
Okay.
you're like, did I even want that? Okay, hold on.
I'm not sharing those.
Wait, I just want to read
You
it.
can, yeah, but okay, but people are listening,
Okay,
so
okay.
but
we'll read them
also,
later.
if you want the uncensored photo, I have it.
I don't want the uncensored.
I
I
might-
want the censored photo. Oh my gosh! Remember, a hoe never gets cold.
That was so good.
That was
Never
insane.
gets cold.
I'm not really sure what to do with all this info that I just got.
I love it.
So I will send you the PowerPoint, but I'll also send you the raw data.
Oh my
It's
God.
a lot of math.
Where is that place that I said that? Do they have one in Utah?
The park?
Oh, okay. So
bathhouse?
bathhouses.
Yeah,
I love bathhouses.
I'm so curious about
There's
that.
pretty much like one in like every major city besides like Salt Lake.
Okay.
They're pretty much like spas.
Yeah.
That like guys can like hook up
Just
in.
hook up.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're so fun because I'm equal parts a slut, equal parts I just want a spa
Just
day.
a-
And a lot of the times like, they
Yeah.
have like massage tables laid out so you can lay down and but whoever's like walking around to massage you. They usually have like saunas, they have like steam rooms, they always have like jacuzzis. So half the time I'm just sitting there, I'm like, I only paid
Just
$20
hanging
to get
out.
full access to a steam room, a sauna, and a jacuzzi.
Yeah.
They don't have one in Salt Lake.
They don't know.
Oh, okay. Is it like illegal in Salt Lake?
I
Or they
think
just don't have one?
probably
This
a little
doesn't
bit of
sound
both.
like us. Yeah.
Oh,
Probably a mix.
There used to be one in Salt Lake from what I've heard, but like they shut it down like 20 years ago.
Damn.
Interesting.
I never knew about that.
Yeah.
That those were even like a thing that were out there. That's crazy.
There's also
Oh,
I
you
think
didn't?
well we got it. We got
I
it.
feel like I feel like actually for not being raised in the church, I'm still like very naive around like sex and stuff. Like I still don't know what's going on. So
I think I was a pretty late bloomer too, so I think I was
Yeah.
making up for time.
Yeah.
I think I've surpassed.
Well, I feel like you didn't come out either until we were in college.
Well, that's the thing. Like I never came out because I think coming out is like a white gay thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Is it? I think it's
I
for
think
everyone.
No, is
I
it?
don't know.
I never officially came out. I also never hid it. No one ever asked,
Hmm.
which I think was kind of weird. Two.
I
people-
asked you.
Did you?
Yeah,
I
I
feel
remember
like
we
I kind
had
of just assumed.
Ben. I
don't-
literally told you in high school because you bought me lunch one time at Cheesecake Factory because I won a
I
bet
did.
because you came out as gay because you had made out with a girl and I was like, I don't know, you were
Oh no! I remember you're like, do you like boys specifically? And I was like, well, I still make out with girls, so I guess not.
and I was
And the thing
like,
is that my opinion's still the same.
and I was like,
so.
Ben, I'm like pretty sure you're gay, and you were like, no, I don't think so. You're like, I bet you $20 I'm not, and I'm like, I bet you $20 you
And
are.
the sad thing is,
What?
ever since college, I think I've made out with more girls than I did.
That is a crazy ass bet. I bet you that I'm not gay. And I was like,
Yeah.
I'll take
I-
that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
so
see
then you
you.
bought me lunch at the the Cheesecake
I
Factory.
did buy her lunch at the Cheesecake Factory.
Like a year later, you're like,
So
you
funny.
texted me, you're like, I owe you lunch.
Well, because I think I actually started hooking up with guys, so I was like, I owe Addie that lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think the reason why I was like, because I'm pretty sure I've been up with more girls since being like, yeah, I'm just gonna be like exclusively just dating boys. I think I've been up with more girls since.
That's
You
interesting.
know what? I think honestly, ever since I like came to my own conclusion, but then also like started telling people openly that I was bi, I also have made out with more girls than ever before. Yeah.
I also get
Interesting.
very bisexual when I'm drunk, so I don't know
Same.
what that means.
Same.
Yeah, and then the only two people who ever asked me growing up were like two people from like junior high, but didn't ask me if I was gay. They're like, "Are you bisexual?" And I was like, "Well, I don't mind making out with girls, so yeah." And the thing is, my opinion's
Have
still
you
the
ever hooked
same.
up with a girl?
No,
Yeah. I feel like that's
I
the.
hooked up with a trans woman relatively recently, though.
Oh.
A trans man this year.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Put that in the data.
It is. It is. Let me
It's
tell you.
not me.
The Excel sheet is still being up to date. We'll revisit in 2025.
Yes,
What year is it?
2024.
We'll revisit in
He'll
2025.
come back on in 6
Yeah.
months and give us an update.
You know what? Someone recently tried to shame me for being bi, but not in a way that was like homophobic. Like they were trying to make it seem like they weren't, but it was. It was.
Okay, what did they do? What did
It
they
was
say?
that guy that I was dating. Who was kind of had a few red flags, but
Oh, okay, yeah. It was.
the
David was like-
history is one thing, but I literally was like, oh yeah, like I am, like I'm not, hiding it or whatever. And he was like, bi girls scare me. Girls like you really scare me. I'm like, dude, shut up. Like, there's nothing inherently different about.
Why
I don't
did it?
know.
Why did he say why?
Well, I think it was mostly because of his past with the history.
Oh
that
yeah,
he
he had
has with
so
bi
many
girl,
red flags, and Taven was like, "This was the beginning of Hot Girl Summer," and she was like, "He's one of my favorite people I'm talking to," and I'm like,
He was my number one favorite, and then
I was like,
literally,
Taven, I am going to lose it.
it was like I cursed myself. Literally after I said that, it went downhill so fast. We reached like a 60-day like Snapchat
Yeah.
streak, and he literally texted me, was like, I think we're good. I think we reached a 60-day Snapchat streak. Let's call it here. We made it. I was like, what? I was like, we made it to what? I was like, that's not an accomplishment, my guy.
The whole point of a streak is to keep on going.
Yeah, and
Make
I
it
was like,
arbitrary.
I
was
wasn't even trying to
lame.
keep up a streak. I was just talking to him because I liked him. But then he he had like a, I don't know if this is too early. He had like an ex-wife that was like, it was a weird situation.
Well,
yeah.
it was still his wife currently.
Yeah, they had not divorced yet.
Also, you still
They
care
were
about
just-
streaks.
and they
in
lived
2024.
together.
Yeah.
And he was like 32. I was like, come
Oh.
on, dude.
There were
Grow
several
up.
red flags going on here.
Yeah,
I know.
Oh, I know.
I
Cody and I
know.
were like, Taven, look at all the facts. Look at the data, okay? Look at all this stuff. And she's
Damn it,
like,
you need data.
but Cody and I joke that Taven's red-green colorblind. So.
Okay.
You're like, all the flags look beige.
She's like,
We're good to go. Say it.
green, 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 green. And Cody and I are like,
we're going.
oh my gosh, Taven, what? That's crazy.
You know what? I'm gonna stick up for myself for a second.
Okay.
Because my boyfriend right now, great. I see maybe one potential flag. I don't even know if it's a red flag. It might just be a beige
This is the
flag.
Idaho one, right?
Yeah.
No, you're
I
great.
listen.
I
listen.
I know.
I don't see really any red flags other than distance, but I don't think that's a red flag. I think that's
Oh,
just
that's
like,
what I was talking about.
yeah, I think that's more just like an obstacle.
Yeah.
But no, you went on a few dates this summer with some guys that Cody and I were like, hey, this is kind of the situation. Taven literally, can I share a story?
It depends. Go for it. I don't care.
Okay.
I don't have anything to hide.
Taven called me. This was at the beginning of Hot Girl Summer, and she was like, there was some guy that kind of came back into her life that Cody and I already don't like.
God.
We think
okay.
he's lame as hell. And so, because there's been red flags in the past that she's like, there's no red flags, but
Do
Taven,
I know who this is?
no.
No, okay.
But Taven had told me a week prior, or maybe a few days prior, she's like, Addie, I'm consulting you on any decisions for my love life because I can't do
I was
it.
like, I can't make my own decisions anymore.
Taven's like, I know I'm entering like the Viper's pit. I need a third.
Yeah, I literally
She's
was like, anytime something comes up, I'm just gonna text Addie and be like, what should I do?
So Taven calls me and she's like, hey, this guy wants me to come over tonight at 9 p.m. to Hot Tub. And I was like, Taven, this guy just wants to hook up. Like, again, she's known this guy for a long time. There are some
A few
other...
years.
There are a lot of other red flags. I think the way they met is a red flag. I think the way they became friends is a red flag. It absolutely is. And so, when it's your boss who's 10 years older than you who just got divorced and...
No, I do know this. I do know this.
You know this?
Yes, I do know this. I do know this.
He wasn't her boss when they started hanging out, so I'll put that out there. But
Okay, now that you've dropped all the tea, let me clarify for a second. He was not 10 years older than me.
how many years?
He's
8?
right now I think he's like 32, 31.
No,
So
he's
only,
definitely not 31. He's at least 32.
He's at least 32.
So 6.
So maybe like 6 years older than me. But yes, when I met him, he was my supervisor, not my boss. He was just a supervisor at
And
this
then I
call
just gave
center
each
that I
other
worked
a
at.
look.
And I always had a little celebrity crush on him because he was married when
They're
I met
not my
him.
boss. They're just in charge of everything that I do.
No.
at work.
I had like a boss, and then I had this guy that was like under him.
A supervisor is still a
The
boss.
boss.
I think it was the supervisor, and then like the
You
shit.
know that you can
The
have.
Taven
And I think
agenda.
this guy was the Taven
agenda.
The boss was your boss's boss.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, anyway. So, yeah, I always had a little celebrity crush on him because he was married when I met him. So I was just like, it's just a little in the back of my head. I was like, he's cute. Nothing will ever happen because he's married. Then he gets divorced, and me and him start hanging out as friends because we were both going
Starts
through
hitting
breakups.
up his 6-year younger, because Taven was 20 at the time. You said
But
he was
I had
26.
quit.
I know, but he hit you up on Facebook. That's weird that your old supervisor hits you up to tell you about his divorce. That's
He didn't hit me up to tell me
You said
about
that's
it.
what
He
you
just
did.
said, hey.
You said that you
And
guys
then
would
we
hang out
started
and talk
talking.
about your relationship.
Okay, yeah, but he didn't hit me up and be like, hey, guess what? I just got divorced.
Well, it's still weird.
We just started talking about it because we both had gone through recent heartbreaks. So we connected and we started talking about, we're like, oh, we're so sad. So we would just hang out and watch movies and maybe make out on the couch sometimes.
Then are these red flags
But
for
we
me?
never
Someone?
Hey,
hooked up.
so you know how you just went through my PowerPoint and I had one that was like I snuck into my house while my pregnant wife was gone?
Yes.
This is like the same
No.
vibe.
They
Yes.
were already separated.
Okay, well, anyways,
They weren't living together anymore.
let me
When
continue
me
my
and him started
story.
hanging out.
So, Taven, fast forward now. You can let us know.
I wanna know the
But in the
opinions.
comments, who's messier? Me or
Is
David?
that a red? Are those red flags? Because they seem pretty damn red to me.
How
They're
is that
not-
a red flag?
They're not red flags. They're
Just maybe something to look
Mild
out for.
pink.
Mild pink.
Okay,
Well,
yeah, it's like don't run away, but look out just in case. Like,
there were some
keep
warning
an eye
signs.
out.
I really
Oh,
thought you
yeah.
said he
Orange
was
flags.
8 years older than you.
maybe
He was
is.
20
Maybe he's
and you were
34.
20.
I don't know.
I can't judge about age, so.
Yeah.
But I just think the power dynamics are strange. I think
I
it's
wasn't
bizarre.
working there
But
anymore.
you had been. Obviously, he'd been married while you were working, so he was still thinking you were cute while you were working there, maybe wanting to hang up. I just think it's weird. That's my opinion. You guys can let us know your opinion.
I can't judge.
Me and him are still friends on Instagram. He might listen
Oh
to
my
this.
gosh. I hope he does.
I
I think it's weird, buddy. And so, anyways, earlier this summer, he wants Taven to come over to Hot Tub at 9 p.m. She calls me to ask my advice, and Cody and I are like, Taven,
Don't go.
he wants to hook up. Like, he is just
No-
looking for a hookup.
No one who asked you to come over to Hot Tub one-on-one past 1 p.m. has any
1
goodness.
p.m. is a crazy time
I
to
agree,
go
though.
hot
I
tubbing.
agree with Ben.
Yeah.
But so I was like, he just wants to hook up, and Taven's like, no, I don't think he does. And then she went over anyway, so I'm like, why'd you even call and ask for my advice? That's crazy.
I did go anyway.
I
And
mean,
so-
there are several things, like, it's Netflix and chill. Come over, play video games. Let's come over and go
Come
hot
hot tub.
tubbing.
So the
Okay.
story's not over.
Let's come over and play Twister.
Oh, I love Twister,
Oh, I
actually.
love Twister, yeah.
Strip twister?
The Twister's not done. The story's not over. The Twister is not over. So Taven goes over and she tells us, like, they made out a little, but then he asked her to stay and watch a movie. She said no, and she went home. So they didn't hook up or
And
anything.
everything was fine.
But
He was
Cody-
very respectful about it.
But
He didn't
so
try to pressure
Cody
me.
and I said, when she told us that, we're like, he definitely just wanted to hook up, and since you didn't watch the movie, he's not going to contact you again. Guess who never contacted you again?
He did not.
Am I wrong, Ben?
I did. I
You're
even
so
texted him
right.
too. I texted him too, and I was like, "Hey, I'd love to go out on another date sometime." He's like, "Yeah, I'll just like let
He's
you
like,
know.
"That
I've been
wasn't a
really
date."
busy."
I'll let you know. It's
Yeah,
like,
and then I
no.
never heard from him ever again.
Yeah, I'll let you know is
Yeah.
no thanks.
I've been so busy.
So, chat, tell us what you think.
In the comments.
Okay, I agree with the last part of the story. I
Well,
agree
this
with
isn't
that.
new to me, because every time we've talked about it, you're like, no, he's such a good guy. He didn't want to hook up with
No.
me.
I think no. said he handled it respectfully, and that was nice. Like, he let me go home without, like, trying to pressure me or anything. I appreciated that.
That's good.
So
You did
my
the bare
point
minimum.
is that, yeah, maybe it was a booty call. I might agree with that.
This
But I
is-
still think he's a good guy. That's my point. I don't think there were any glaring...
Maybe he's not a bad guy, but when you're trying to date people, I think that's a huge red flag in dating. If you're like, yeah, I just think that's a huge
You're
red
just
flag.
trying
in
to
dating.
hook up. Or
Yeah, I don't think hooking up with people makes you a bad person if that's your intention. But I
Yeah.
think if you're like going
I
into
hope
things,
not. I just saw my list.
I'm sitting here like,
No, I think, yeah. If you're a man or a girl, whatever, if you're anyone that's just trying to hook up with someone, be clear about it.
Yeah, be
Like,
direct.
if you're like, hey,
Yes.
I want to hook up tonight, be like, hey, come hot tub and then let's have sex. And I'm cool with that.
Yeah, oh, I
But
love when
don't
people
try
are direct.
to
Yeah.
guise it under the like,
It's a
hey, want to
date,
come hang
and-
out? Like, let's go. Yeah.
It's like, are we gonna be hanging out and then hooking up?
Yeah.
I just need to know.
Especially because I need to know.
I need to
if I'm
know.
ready. Yeah.
so that's why we say Taven is red green colorblind.
I
That's one of
can't
the most
judge.
mild stories, too.
That is
in
one
my
of her more
past.
mild stories.
I
yeah.
can't judge because my first full-time job, I hope he doesn't hear this. My first full-time job outside of college, it was when you and me were working at the high schools. We worked at the high school.
Well, yeah, because
At
you were
the
in
same
like
year. I was
Ogden
in
and I was
Ogden,
at
and you're-
Clearfield.
Yeah, and one time I actually had a work event at Clearfield High, but it was like after
We
hours.
also
so you
both
were
went
gone.
into education briefly for me, but still in it. But.
I left K through 12. I'm in higher education now.
Whoa.
But my supervisor, my boss,
My supervisor.
he was like this super, and I really like nerdy guys.
Okay.
Because I also I don't date anymore because I like nerdy guys because like I don't need someone to match me where I'm at. I
Yeah.
need someone to calm me down.
Yeah.
Don't match my freak.
Gosh, my friend.
Don't. And things like my friends are always like, oh, like meet this guy. He's crazy and likes going out clubbing
Like,
and
I don't
everything
want
too. And I'm
it.
like, I don't want
No,
that.
no, no.
I'm already exhausted just being me. I need a boring nerd who only plays on his computer and does D&D.
Yeah.
That's what I need. So my boss was like this really cute nerdy guy, and he was also like super like into sports, which was kind of weird. But he was like around our age. When I first met him, I didn't think he was my boss. I was like, who is this lost kid? Because he came
This
into
story
my
is going so many different ways.
because he came
I
into
don't know
my
what to expect.
the job interview I went in, it was like 3 supervisors, and
Mhm.
2 of them were there, and he came in late. And I was like, ooh, my boss is late. But I didn't know he was my boss. Because he was like our age. And I was like, this kid is lost. Oh, you're my boss. Okay. And I'm one of those people that's like, I'm not going to cross any professional boundaries.
Mhm.
But I was like, I'm going to let you know. I'm interested.
Oh.
Nothing's going to happen.
But
I'm dropping
interested.
hints to let you know that I'm like not opposed to it.
Interesting.
So I was like-
I feel like that's still crossing professional boundaries.
I think it's fine.
Okay.
Nothing happened. Nothing could be written down or tracked.
Thank you.
But I was like, hey, letting you know, I'm not gonna hide that I'm attracted to you, but also I'm not gonna try anything. You're my boss, professional relationship. And then after that year, COVID happened, so I got laid off. Lovely. I went back for grad school. He ended up getting a job in like Salt Lake too, and I was like, hey, you're in Salt Lake. I'm in Salt Lake. If you're available, let me
Hey,
know.
it's not weird when you both don't work there anymore.
But he is in a happy long-term relationship with his boyfriend, and they've been together ever since. I've been waiting for them to break up.
You're like, please,
5 years, and I have not been like quiet about being
Damn.
interested
You
in
just
him.
gotta plant the seeds.
The seed is there.
Sow the seeds of destruction.
Anger. Yeah,
It's
seeds
there.
of destruction.
I got to the point that I like followed his boyfriend on Instagram too,
That-
just to be like, "Are y'all fighting yet?"
Oh my god, there's so many people that, not that I'm invested just for gossip reasons, but I want to follow them on Instagram so bad. I'm like, I can't, they'll know.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't even try to hide it at this point. Like, I'm just like, keep updated. Yeah,
That's so funny.
There you go. Well, that actually, I think, brings us to a
good, yeah.
good stopping
It's been
point.
an hour.
It has been an hour. We did have a lot of other things we wanted to
There's
chat
so many
about.
other topics.
So we'll have to have Ben back. Let us know if you want Ben back on the podcast. If you don't, let us only know positive things, because if you say no...
And if you don't, message me. I want to know. Who are you? Huh?
So yeah, this was such a nice dive into hot girl summer and
Yeah.
some interesting stories.
Heading
And
into
I feel like, yeah, I
Pharaoh.
got to finally spill some of my hot girl summer tea too.
yes,
so.
I'm glad I got to weigh in on your hot girl summer tea because it weighs on me.
Also, just saying, I'm not all being a disaster. next time I come, we need to talk about all of our fantasy subjects.
Yeah, we were going to talk about like Legend of Korra or
Yeah.
Pokemon or D&D, so we had a bunch of other things, but the conversation went the way it did, and I felt like it was really fun.
I
had a good
liked
time.
it.
was
I think
natural.
when we do talk about D&D, I want to print out some character sheets, and I think we should all like create like our
Oh, that would be
characters,
so fun.
but like not like our fantasy, like us if we were in a fantasy world, like what our strengths and stuff would be.
Yeah.
Would that not be so fun?
That would be so funny. I actually kind of brought this up with my D&D group, and I was like, do y'all think I have high intelligence? And they just went, and I'm like, I don't want to know.
Yeah, I think my strength would be like a 7, and then maybe my charisma would be like a 12. I
I'll
don't
give
know.
you intelligence 15. Wisdom?
Oh.
Oh, wait, I was like,
8.
wisdom. 8. 8. My charisma would be at least 12.
Oh, your charisma is like 18.
Oh, perfect. That's
Minimum.
good to know.
Minimum.
What's my charisma?
Your charisma? 14.
4.
Okay.
Were you gonna say 14?
I was like 14.
Oh my god, I was like, what?
Okay, so
That's
it's like
4.
set at 14, we know that. What's my charisma now? I
Not
wanna know.
Riz. I feel like yours is probably like a 16.
I'll say 15.
Oh, nice.
15,
Okay.
16.
My wisdom is definitely higher than Ben's.
But my intelligence is higher.
Is it?
I have a master's.
Wait, okay,
That
what if,
doesn't mean anything, Ben.
But that's how you grade it.
what if I'm like really like book smart but not very like street
Then
smart?
your
That's
intelligence.
intelligence.
Okay, then my
So it's-
intelligence
So
would be
David's
high
intelligence
too.
10.
10.
What? No.
10 is average.
That's not
10 is
question.
average.
Oh.
10 is average.
I feel like I am really smart though, but,
But
then
you
I
just
just don't
asked
have
that
common
question.
sense.
No, so intelligence is like book smarts,
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
while wisdom is
Okay,
like
well I feel like my
common sense.
intelligence is higher then, and my wisdom's probably like a 2.
2 wisdom.
well actually after that story.
I'm out.
And with that, thanks for watching.
Thank you for coming. I'm taking over Taven's job.
Join us next week.